So first things first, we always look at the news, and today is not the 10th, it's the 15th. And the market's been just going up and down, up and down. It's a lot of news trading. But today looks like smooth sailing. The biggest event that will affect us is the Empire State Manufacturing Index. It already came out. Level of diffusion index based on surveyed manufacturers in New York State. Greater than forecast is good for currency. And we see that they predicted it to be way worse and it was a little bit better. So that's a good thing. It really only affects New York. So that's not too bad for us. People have been talking about the US unemployment is really the worst, like in so long. It's wild. So this just came out 34 minutes ago. And that really affects the economy and drives our stocks up and down and drives our dollar up and down. It's really huge. In the week ending April 5, the advanced figures for seasonally adjusted initial claims was 223, an increase of 4,000. And so insured unemployment rate was 1.2. And so what this affects are the projections. And that's why the stocks start doing the things that they're doing with it, because it's saying basically these companies are going to be firing more people because they're based off of percentages. And it says that people aren't going to be able to get new jobs because obviously, if people are fired in one section, this the growing one, then it means that the economy is in bad shape. Which some big companies can do this by themselves because they lay off so many people at a time. But then that tells you, they're trying to cut. So it's a lot of stuff going on right now in America. Sometimes we read these related stories. This is a high impact thing right here. You can see breaking news. I was reading this yesterday, and I didn't even go here. There's something that pops up on my phone. I'm part of a news uh, financial thing where they pop up on my phone. I'm always constantly reading, and sometimes I'll post them in the back office. I mean, in the WhatsApp group. Here goes another one. The CPI. This is the interest rate. The inflation rate eases lower than expected. So what happened was last week and the week before, it basically drove down the economy so bad. It was so horrible for us. And then at the end of last week, it kind of tried to bounce back because after it goes so low, people start buying, like big things start buying. So here we go again. The US dollar is down again. It's been down for about 2 weeks now. So Euro's beating it, GBP's beating it. So why don't we just trade against the USD when we wake up on these calls if it's always down? Well, it's better to trade at night, Forex, because on the opening bell, the US dollar sometimes either really tanks or starts going back up because it's so down on everything. Because it's like every time we wake up, you see that USD in first place is going down, USD in the second place is going up, and Like right here, if it was in the second place and USD was strong, it would be going down right here. So what matters is the base pair versus the primary pair, basically. So USD is right here. It's in the front. This is going down. If we look at USD right here, it's beating Canada a little bit by 12, but it's really marginal. But look how it's losing versus Japan and losing versus a euro, which is a strong indicator that our dollar is very, very weak lately. Here we go right here, and it's picking up steam because it's coming towards. See, now Europe was so much stronger when we looked at the other thing, but now it's picking up steam because it's about to open up. So we're going to open up why the euro is closing down. And so that's why it looks like this. And let's look here. Same thing. New Zealand's been strong. Now, New Zealand government is backed off gold. So this probably tells me, and odd is too, Australian money. These two are really strong related to gold. There's actually a relationship if you trade gold and you trade odd USD. It's going to be moving the same way because XAU is versus USD, which is gold, and then the odd is like gold. So odd versus the USD, there's like a 75% correlation, and we can see that whatever the odd is doing. So here goes gold. This is in the 5 minute. And sometimes if you guys only have a little bit of time to trade, you guys can trade the 5 minute candles. You can turn to 5 minutes. And this is what the bot does. It told you to sell right here at one, told you to sell right here at one. These are faster trades. You'll be in these trades. This is like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So this is like an hour trade right here. You've probably been in this trade for about 4 hours all the way down here. But those are 5 minute trades that really do what it's supposed to do pretty soon. It doesn't take as long as the way that we normally trade. So let's look at the odd versus USD. So we're looking at how this is working, and there's a correlation how this is working. And as we see, there's like this down right here, then it went down again, and then now it's kind of coming back up. So let's see. Looks like two downs and then up. And it's basically the same thing that's down, down, and now you see it came all the way down here. Now it's going back up. So it's not going to look exactly the same because it's going to be about, you know, usually 75, 80% the same. Let's look at Apple. Apple's trying to rebound. It's at 202. And we've seen at the end of the week on Monday, it started way higher. So 198 and it started at 208. And it's been going up. The reason why it tanked so bad, I mean, it really tanked. I'm talking about like this area right here, 169. That was when it lost over $800 billion in a couple of days. It was because people thought that the tariffs were going to affect it because most of its parts are made in China. And that's why Trump came out on the news and said, hey, we're not going to put tariffs on computer parts and phone parts and stuff like that. And they told everybody to buy. And a lot of people bought because of that. It's going to start out lower today. It's still not stabilized, but it'll probably go up. Amazon, a lot of stuff on Amazon is getting shipped from China. That was going to get highly uh, the same thing. Big tariffs on it. That's why it kind of tanked really low. Let's look at the US30. The US30 was hovering around $42,000. So it really tanked. And now it's trying to figure its way back up. But let's look at it from 4 hour perspective. Here we go. If we see this is March, this is February 19th, it was at $44,000. And currently it's at $40,000. But you could just see that this thing has been this is January right around here. December, November is over here. This around the election. So it was hovering around $42,000 before the election. 43, 44, and it went up to 44 in November. And then December it came crashing down. This was one of the craziest days ever trading for me. It went down so fast. Never seen that before. And here we go. And then what we see is this right here. It keeps on coming back down right here. It feels like it can't get out of this area in April. We got a down signal a couple times from the 4 hours. And then we got some ups where it started moving really good. If you ever see a 4 hour, look at every 4 hour one. This down right here, one, this down, sell, sell, buy, went up, buy. Right now we're on a buy on the 4 hours on this candle right here. So it's telling us to buy right now. Then we see is consolidated. So let's see on the different time frames what we should do here. It's in the middle of the candle on the 1 hour. And it looks like that 4 hours when it told us to buy on the 4 hour candles was down here is going straight up. We see that right now. But it looks like it has a hard time, going over this right here. It goes a little bit over and comes right back in. Let's look at the Nas. Let's look at SPX 500. So we got a good 30 minute to buy, 30 minute to buy here. All this is buying. Let's look and find out what time, because when you look at this indicator, this right here is telling us to buy on this 4 hours. But see, 4 hours is a long time. So when did that come out? So what I'll do is to find out when that came out, because this is one of the ones that's on the Telegram. The one on the Telegram will tell me exactly what time it is. And so it could have happened, 4 hours ago. It could have happened an hour ago, 2 hours ago. So let's see. We're looking for the one that's going to say like 240. Here it is right here. Buy US30, 240. This happened at 446. See, right now it's 617. So that was, almost 2 hours ago. So you're halfway in the candle. And let's see, we got another buy right here an hour later on the 30 minutes. But then we just had a sell on the 15 and then a buy on the 30 at 6 o'clock. So I like this triple confirmation. There's one thing against us is the short time, but it looks really good. So I like a buy right here. And we can see that it did start going up. It told us to buy right around this little area right here. And it went straight up. And I don't think it's done yet. But they gave us a great, great call for that. Wow. That was cool. So I'm gonna put in a trade. Today's Tuesday, so don't trade too high. Don't trade too high. But let's get in there. Maybe I'll do a point 0.5 trade. So I'm gonna do US30. I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna lower my lot size because I stopped trading last week because the market was too crazy. Okay, and I'm gonna do a balance. I'm gonna do a point 0.5 to lose for the stop loss. But on the take profit, I'm gonna try to make more money on this one. So I'm gonna do a 2. And I'm gonna do a lot of trades today. So I got a stop loss of 0.5. I got low lot size, take profit of 2%. I'm gonna put that in. Yeah, that's rocking and rolling. And let me look at this. Okay. Now I'm gonna also look at gold, and gold just is crazy. Gold is all the way up to 3,200, and it's just going up and up. And it happens to do that when things are unstable. And look at gold, just shooting up. Boom. And it kind of leveled right here. We can see, but there's still, it keeps on hitting this little area. And what you see on this board is over and over and over again. We're down here and it gets stuck. It's up here, it gets stuck, but you see that it keeps on going up. It's not going down. So, uh, and this is the easiest thing to trade. I keep on telling everybody that. Oh, this needs to be red. What we see is a price action right here going down all these times right here. We can switch the level to keep on going down this area, but I think this is because this is the weak part. This is Sunday. There's no steam on Sunday. See, Friday is right here. It went up and hit this top on Friday, and then it opened up. Monday, really, Sunday, it opened back up, and Monday's not really doing too much. But I could see that it looks like it's about to start kicking up. What do I mean by that? So there's no really, unless you put it right here, this could be a good support for it, right? But it really looks like the support isn't, it looks like a trend line. It looks like if I put this right here, it looks like the support's looking like this. So it looks like it's going up. And it might get squeezed into this little area right here. And if it does, it'll probably break out really quick or it will start to come back down really fast. So I like gold to buy. There's a signal right here at, this was 11 o'clock last night, and it did go down. When it told us it was going down, it did go down. So that's great that we've seen that. And we're looking at gold, everybody. It said sell right here, it went down, sell right here, kind of went down, sell right here, it went down for 2 candles. But what we see is mostly buys on the higher time frames. Let's look at the 30 minutes. We're getting a lot of good buys. There goes a buy right here. Then what I'm looking for right now is a good signal to indicate that it's going up. So right here, it told us it was going down. It went way down. That was beautiful. If you would have took this was at 5 o'clock in the morning. So, the people on the East Coast, this is 8 in the morning. It came out. You guys could have took this and made a lot of money. It moved really fast. That wasn't even a news event. Wow. Let's look at the 5 minutes. We had this going down, down. And I like it where it's at to go back up. It looks like it keeps on trying to kick up and keeps on falling down. I'm going to go ahead and take a buy on gold right where it's at. Buy on gold. Once again, I'm going to do a low lot size. Lower my lots. And I'm going to do a stop loss for 0.5. And I'm going to be trading out throughout the day today. This is a day that, I haven't traded in almost a week. So I'm going to do a 0.5 and then I'm going to do a take profit of 2. And it's falling right now and I'm waiting for it to stop falling. So when you're taking a trade, that's why they show you, you know, the current line graph, like if it's going up or down. So what you want to do is if you're taking a buy and you see it's been falling down for, a couple seconds or anything, you're just waiting. Like right now, I'm waiting to take a trade. Now it's starting to go back up. And then I'll take the trade when it goes in the direction that I want it to go in. You don't want to take a trade when it's just falling, falling, falling really fast. You'd rather just wait for it to kind of stop. And what just happened, it was right here. Now I got into the trade like right around here. So I got a better position. Now I'm in profit already. Instead of getting it right when I looked at it, I would have got it right here and I would have been negative, but I got it down here. So I'm already in positive. So you got to wait for that candle to kind of slow down if it's going in the wrong direction that you're trading. All right. Man, let me just mark my territory here. So I got in like right around here. The US30. I got in somewhere around here. All right. So we got a buy on US30, a buy on gold. What do you think we would do if we traded the NAS or we traded? We'll probably do buys. Euro USD, you remember where I told you that the Euro's been beating up on USD, but you see USD going down right here. We could take a USD trade going down. It looks like when the market opens up. And then you look at USD JPY, USD is starting to win the last half an hour versus almost an hour versus JPY. So it's turning around in the United States' favor because it's about to open up. That's why you can't just base it off of the currency strength meter and things like that. Uh, Euro USD, USD's been winning versus Euro since 1 a.m. And I like it. If it was a little higher, I would tell us to get into Euro USD if it was a little higher, but it's really not. Oh man, if you guys want to buy a good crypto, like Solana is what I'm buying right now. So when I make money trading, I take out a little bit for cash to live off of, but most of my winnings I buy another crypto. So right now I'm buying heavy on Solana. I mean, this thing has been just rocking, rolling. I'm loving it. And I started buying like down here. It was at like 100. This one I decided to start buying when it hit this rock bottom right here. And now it's at 136. So it already went up like 30%. Here it is, 132. And if we look at it deeper, look what happened to this. This is like probably the best coin in the world, like technology wise, the how much it costs for people to use. This is cheaper to use than if somebody used their Visa card for something. And it's the fastest, and it's an American based one that has so much technology. It's kind of like Ethereum, but made in America, but faster with no fees. All right, so what do we see here? We see, down here, down here. Let's go to the day. Oh, yeah, this is the day. But so it's always been like around this area, anyways, around like 160 for years. Okay. But what we see is it hit all the way. Let's see, what is this? It hit right here almost $300. This one in January. January 18th hit $300. And then it went down. And, this was a low spot again, 97. And it looks like it's just ricocheting back up really fast. So this is probably my favorite coin right now. Um, I have some other wins right now that I'm about to like. After I do this, I'm gonna withdraw some money, and I'm gonna buy this coin too. This coin is the next coin I'm buying. 88 Cardona. It's way low down here. It was at 50 cents, and now it's at 63 cents. But this thing's been super high. Like back in March, it was at 114. So that's double what it is right now. Back in December, it was at 132. And Cardano has just excellent technology. But those are my two favorite coins right now. Those are my two favorite because of technology wise, because of what it does. This and Solana do some really important stuff in the blockchain. Uh, okay, let's look what happens, you guys. It's starting up. Let's see. We got in right here for you our gold, and it's going straight up. So we're winning on gold. We got in right here. It's already up $2. Actually, I mean, if you put on some heavy numbers right here, that would have been a really good win already for you on that. Look at US30. We got in right here on US30. It's way high. It's skyrocketing. You guys, we're rocking. We're rolling. We're winning like always because the Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you, God, for everything. Another great day, another successful mission. We can get out right here. It's already hit over where we were expecting. It already hit the resistance. So if you haven't even, the thing probably closed you out already. You're talking about some magnificent pips already. We got in right here and it went all the way up 1,000 pips. Let's not get greedy. It went up 1,000 pips. That's probably you're done right there. You get out right here again at 1,000 pips. That's already 1,000 pips, 1,000 pips, 1,000 pips. You guys, let's go. Who's not excited this morning? Oh, okay. Look at this right here. We got another 500 pips right here on gold. Man, just magnificent. Lord, thank you, Jesus, that it went straight up like you predicted for us. Thank you for talking. Thank you for guiding us. Thank you for, whoo, thank you. And this week is a big week because this is the week that he died for our sins and rose again. This is just beautiful. This is a time where some people that, you know, they usually go to church on Easter because their mom told them to. It would be good if somebody asked you or a neighbor asked you to go to church this week on Sunday, just kind of go and listen to that message. There's going to be some beginner messages there to get you cleaned out. whip back into shape, because this is a great story throughout history. We're not talking about the Easter Bunny. We're not talking about eggs and candy and stuff like that. We're talking about the real thing. And hopefully, if you're going to a church, it's the real thing and you get to see the real thing happening. Look at Nas going straight up. Now, what do we say? We can get the same stuff out of US30, out of Nas. It's going straight up, you guys, straight up. It's beautiful, beautiful. Here we go. SPX 500 going straight up. So once we look at one of them, we looked at US30, it was going straight up. And now we can say, hey, the other ones are going straight up too. Gold's going straight up. Let's see what Apple's doing. It started lower. It's trying to go back higher. And I'm avoiding the stocks right now for a reason. That's why I didn't give a stock, because stocks are just so based on the news right now. We're going to get back to our regular trading. But just remember that stocks are on their own agenda, let's just say, right? So if I was you guys, I would get out of that US30 trade right now. And I would also get out of this. Anything that's over, there's a line right here. Okay. And we predicted it's going to be going up, 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 and away right here. So gold is a better trade to stay in than US30. I would, get out of US30 when it was up here, like I was telling you guys, because US30 is unstable. Let's look at US30 right here. Let's see what's going on. We see that the Apple has not really did anything. And this is why I was kind of telling you, most of US30 is based on Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Nvidia. And we see that Walmart's really not doing anything. Home Depot is not doing anything. Right here, Boeing company is losing. That's very, financially. Here we go, McDonald's. They still got their fish fillet on sale through the app. Maybe that's helping them out. But we see Apple is just, it's just, man, it had that bad news about the tariffs and it just can't pull itself out. Hopefully, people that use Apple products, they can still get it for the price they were getting it, but it looks like they're going to be not selling at the same price. Switch to Samsung. It's a little easier for me to use. But let's look at it. Let's look at the 100. The 100 is same thing. Netflix, they got some new series on there, everybody was saying. So that might be why that. Tesla's down a little bit. Microsoft is doing its thing. Google trying to figure it out. It just looks like it's just not one of those days where it's gonna go continually just skyrocket up. I just don't see that. And that's why I was telling you, it got a little push in the beginning and it might not be pushing for too much longer. Here goes US30 again. Let's switch to the 5-minute candle. Let me show you. I mean, it went straight up what we wanted. I would get out right now. I would get out of the US30. It's high. It can keep on going up, but you're risking, 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 risking. And so I'm gonna go ahead and get out of that US30 trade. I didn't hit my percentage that I wanted, but I didn't lose. And gold is up right now too. Gold is up, up, up. This on the 5-minute candle. So it did get up here last 5 minutes. And I wanted to go back up there. You see where we got in is down here. It didn't close me out. Because remember, I lowered my lots. If I would have kept my lots the same size as they always are, that would have got me out of the trade with, the profit that I wanted. But I do like this trade better than taking it long term, even though it's back to where it cycled at, where we took it. I like this trade for long term. And so I'm going to stay in that one. The US30 is still kind of going up. If it goes back down to where I got it at the first time, I'll probably get back into US30. But US30 looks like it wants to come down. And so if you're still in the trade, let's see how many pips you guys got. The highest it reached was 1,300 pips. Come on, little baby doggy. All right. So it looks great, man. We had a great day of trade. That was amazing. It looks like it's starting to get back to normal. Looks like it's starting to get back to normal, which is a great thing. But yeah, if you guys have money right now in crypto, I would switch it to Solana. Uh, some people like XRP. The only reason why I don't tell people to get XRP, I'll help them get it, but XRP has like one purpose. It's like Western Union to send money to people. But all the instruments do that. And another reason why XRP it just can't rise that fast because it's has so many coins. So that's why I tell people I love the coin. It's doing pretty good right now. Let's see here. Let's go to market cap. And the market is going up. We can see right here. This is what you're looking at. Trump coins, $7. Wow. Open at 10, it's down to 8. But at least it stayed alive. That's cool. This fart coin is a meme. People just put money in. But it's based off of what technology? Do you see? Look at the meme coins, right? And you see the fart coin is on Solana. Solana. Look at the number 5 coin, Solana. So these coins that are the biggest ones talked about out of the top 5, 3 of them are on the Solana blockchain because the technology is so good. Like people are making their coins on that blockchain. So when you make a coin on the blockchain, it makes the whole blockchain coin go up too. So Ethereum, we got XRP right here. In the last 7 days, it went up 11%. But look which one I got. Went up what? 20%. 2 times. 2 times what the other good coin did. 2 times what Bitcoin did. This is the one right here. Okay, this is the one I really, really like. Okay, circulation supply. What we want to look at is how many coins. We want to find out how many coins each one has. Let's just look at that real quick. Total supply 99 billion XRP in circulation. 99 billion. Okay. So each coin, there's 99 billion of those. All right. How many does Solana have? Solona's coin. So the other XRP was 99 billion, right? Let me go back and check because that sounds like a whole lot. 99 billion coins. There's almost 100 billion XRP. 100 billion of those coins. Okay. Let's look at Solana. How many coins does it have? 598 million of coins. The other one has 99 billion. What's the difference between 99 billion and 600 million? This coin right here is going to go to the roof, everybody. This coin right here is just going to take off. You know why? Let's look at Bitcoin. How many coins does Bitcoin have? It has 20 million coins. That's why it's at $86,000 because there's not that many of them. Let's look at Ethereum, the one that keeps on going up, down, all around. 120 million coins. Why do you think it's up to 1,600? Do you see the difference between 99 billion coins and 100 million coins? That's why I just never believed in XRP. It's just too many of them. Look at BNB. Let's see how many they got. 148, 142 million coins. This matters. This is one of the biggest factors of coins going up and down are how many coins they have, right? Dogecoin's a meme. We're not even going to look at that. I want to take you guys to the top 10. I got in this when it was a penny. I got out when it was $1 and never looked back at this. This coin, just be careful on this because a lot of people started buying at $1. That's when I sold. I said, oh, it's a meme coin. It doesn't do anything. Now, Tron, look at this. 90, how many? 94 billion. Okay. This is just like XRP, but it moves faster than XRP. And this is Chinese. This is a Chinese coin. You know, I'd rather buy this at 24 cents right now because the other one, XRP, already took off. But this is a Chinese coin that runs as fast as Solana. So this coin and Solana are so fast. And this one and Solana, the fees are so low. Like you could send $10,000 and they'll charge you a penny in Solana. And they'll charge you a penny on Tron. So what people do is Tron is on the Tether network. So this right here, the Tether network, number 3 coin in the world, is the dollar basically. See, it stays at $1. So 0.99 cents, 98. So it's going to be right around $1 all the time. It's called a stable coin. So people send Tether, but Tether, you have to use another coin with it. And the two that are the cheapest to send are Tether Solana and Tether Tron. And XRP isn't tied to Tether. So, all right, then we got Cardano, the number 10 coin that I was telling you guys about. Why would I tell you guys to get this? 44 billion coins. That's half the supply of the XRP coin, and it works super fast. Really, really good coin. I love it. And so those are my picks today. I'm just telling you, if you guys have some extra money laying around, if you don't have that much extra money laying around, get Cardano, 63 cents. This is going to be, you know, $10, $20 in a little while. It's going to take a little bit of time because there's so many coins. But if you do have some good money in storage, just sitting in the bank, it'd be better to use your money that's in the bank to get Solana than to just sit in the bank. And I've been telling people this for a long time, but you get Solana right here, it's going back up to at least 300. That's going to be, you know, double your money at least from where it is. Wish you would have got in where I got it at 96 cents, but it doesn't matter. I think this coin is going to be worth about $6,000, $7,000 probably by the end of the year, maybe at least by the beginning of next year. It should be up there. Uh, let's look if we see any other things that I love this coin when it first came out, Monero. Let's see, Uniswap. And there's little coins that always come up. This coin right here is pretty cool, Cosmos, because you can make a lot of money if you stake it. You can make a lot of money if you stake it. Let's look at the Trump coin. It's a meme coin. This is where Trump pulled out $6 billion when he got elected. Uh, look how many coins Trump coin has. Do you notice it only has what? 1 billion. So XRP had 99 billion. This only has 1 billion coins. He needed enough so he could do what he did, and he did what he did. It was beautiful. I'd be making my hand gestures. Okay, so right here is the 17th. You couldn't get it at this point. Oh, it doesn't even go back to the start of the coin. It's only saying once. Oh, because this is a year. So I wish we could look at the whole price of this coin forever. But what happened was it went to $10. Then it went all the way up to $70. And then it tanked all the way down to $7. So it started at 10, went to 70 the next day when he got elected. Everybody cashed out big checks. because his people are really close to him were able to buy it at a half a penny. And so they're loaded up right now. That was a really good investment for his friends. And I've been inside some stuff like that, but one of them really didn't work out. There was some good people behind the coin. It was just they tried to reinvent the coin instead of just going what's already out there. And they didn't have enough technology to understand how they really wanted it. XLM way down. This is another one that's pretty good. I like Stellar, but once again, if you look at Stellar, what does it have? 50 billion coins. So it's never like to me, it's never gonna rocket ship up because it has so many coins. You gotta figure out, how many coins are in something to really get the right thing going. All right, so let's look again. And we were so blessed to wake up and look at this US30. I got out right around here, but this thing just rocket shipped. Is anybody still in US30? I hope you guys are out. This is 2,000 pips right here that we made on that if you stayed in. And here we go with the gold. Gold was right here, went down. First it went way up. And now it's on this little part where it's at the bottom of the Bollinger Band. Let's see if we're getting any signals here. And let's look at the companies. Let's look at these 30 companies. We got a little bit of green, but not that much green. And the new way they have it, I kind of like it. Oh, here it is right here. So this used to be at the top. So you can see that these dark kind of greens means that it's struggling to get over 1%. You want to see this thing light up with these greens like this type of green. That's when you know it's doing good. So everything is going up, up, up and away. Let's see if there's any new. So, well, my fiance moved the last week since like Wednesday, and she's almost done. And so I should be good to start doing one-on-ones maybe tonight if you guys need me tonight or tomorrow after like 2 or 3 o'clock would be good. Let's see if we got any calls on Telegram. And it looks like it hasn't made a call yet since 6 a.m. It told us to buy US30 and it just took off like a rocket. Remember, the US30 was a triple confirmation. What do I mean? It had right here, it had a sale at 547, okay? 547 had a sale. But what we see is a buy at 6 a.m. that's in a higher time frame. This was 15 minutes. Then we look at the last time, 15 minutes before that, we had another buy on the 30 minutes. Okay, and then we had another buy on what? The 4 hours. So look what happened when you get that type of energy in the trade. And here goes a 4 hours. Look. So it told us it was going to take up on 4 hours. When we got in, it was down here. Look, it went straight up. Now, what you see is this is the top where it keeps on hitting and coming back down. I would get out. I would get out. It's still going up though, but I like this trade to get out where it is. And I feel good about that. Let's look at gold, what it did. Gold has been still going down. Let's remeasure this up, see where the top is. We have our little cross section here. And I still love gold to go up. I lowered my lot size, so it's nowhere near my stop loss. I could wait this out for a little bit. If you had high lot sizes, you should have got out way up here. It went way up high. We got in right here at this time. It went up again. This is when I got out of the US30. Chose to stay in the gold because I really believe gold is going to be up here somewhere later on today. But if I had a high lots on it, I would have got out right here. But obviously, let's just see. So right here is where I got in. Let's see the topped out at. I was about 500, 468. Let's see where it is right now. It's at uh 468, 490, going down this area right here. So it already went up the same amount that it went down. And so I'm expecting it to go back up. I really love gold right now for a long-term trade. If you guys want to take a low lot trade, take it straight going up with gold. Another trade that's good is what? Solana. Solana's good. Since we've been talking, I mean, I'd start talking to you at right here, and it was at 132. It went up a whole dollar. And you make a lot of money when you're trading on Solana on the way that we trade. Lots of it, lots of it, lots of it. All right. Does anybody have any questions? If not, we're going to shut it down. And US30 is still going straight up. Farthest way outside the Bollinger Band. Does anybody have any questions? Well, all right. Text me if you have an opening maybe tonight or opening tomorrow to do a one-on-one. Let's get you trading. I know some people want to do the prop firms where you could trade $5,000 worth of their money for $50, and you can get an account like that for $50. If you lose, you just lose $50. But if you could win and then win again, you could win, thousands of dollars off of just $50. But some of us are still just trying to learn how to push the buttons and win. But it's winning all the time. I was talking to some trader this weekend, the Kingdom trader, and this guy, I was showing him the bot, and he was like amazed. He didn't even understand what was going on. He said, "What do you mean? I just take the trade when it says buy?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "What?" He didn't understand because he has to look at all this stuff to buy and stuff. And then he was like, "Well, I like to trade like scalping." So I took him to like the 5-minute candles, which we're on right now. And he said, "Well, sometimes I like to swing trade." So I took him to like the 15, 30 minutes. And then he said, "Well, sometimes I like to be in a trade for a day." And I took him to the 1 hour, 4 hour. And he was so impressed. He was like, "Why it just keeps on winning?" Like he thought that it actually like would win first. Like right here, like instead of this telling us when to trade right here on this candle, he thought like it would wait till it gets down here and start marking up the chart. So I had to basically stay on with him and show him that no, this thing, like right here, with 4 hour candle, it was already there. And we're still in the 4 hour candle. Right? He didn't get that. He was like, wait a minute, this is predicting what's gonna happen before it happens. I was like, yeah. He was so funny. He said he wants to sell it to these different, he knows some people that are big in trading academies. He wants to sell it for them, stuff like that. And so we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that, oh man, no, straight up. Wow. But he was saying like, oh my goodness. So I love it. Gold, it was predicted to go up. It went up from here. That's on the 30 minutes. We could have took Euro USD down because we knew that, America was going to get strong, and then this went up. America's getting strong. Tuesday's the time for it. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens here. Just a very phenomenal day for us. We got our wins in. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, let me look at one more thing really quick. For us, it really took a candle down. Let's look at technicals. What does it say for the day? For some reason, it's not going. Let's see. Refresh this page. Okay. All right, look at gold. Strong buy, buy, buy. Let's look at the 4 hours. Buy, buy. Neutral. 1 hour says a sell, sell, sell. All right, well, I'm gonna stay in here for the day and keep it moving. The gold looks good for the day. Looks bad for the half an hour. Sell, sell, all sales. And it probably just ran out of steam. Let's see US30, or not US30, but Apple. Apple's telling a strong sell for Apple and the little term buy.
Lonnie, are you still in a gold trade?
Yeah, I lower my lots. Yeah, gold
And
went
it,
straight. I wish
yeah,
I would have up
it
here
went
when
down hard. Okay.
yeah, I was trying to get out up here. I got out of the US30 up there already, but it kept on going up. But what you see right here went up 500. What's it down now? It's down 500. So it's not even, we could have got out right here, but why get if we're not getting out at 500, then why get out at 500 down? You get it? So
Yeah.
I wanted gold. I was talking about gold. I wanted way up here. So there's probably like 2,000 pips was where my stop loss is with gold. I was gonna probably wait for it to go like up here somewhere. That would be what? That would be about $4. No, that's what is it? 12, $14 up. So remember what I was telling you, Eric, that I do gold at least $7 down at the lowest. So
Yeah.
it's right here. 10's like down here. 10 would be if I did it on like 30 minutes to an hour trading. So I'll be in this trade for a while. I might get out around $10 loss. Let's see, 19, that would be 29 or 19. If I did a $10 stop loss, that would be right around here. But like when I was telling people, I was like, you can get out right now. See, that was about a $5 almost. But I want to at least get 7. 7 would have been up here. I would have really liked that. And I got my really good friend Eric. He always when he talks, man, the market always moves for him. So now we're only down $3. You see that? This thing is moving. I don't even know why gold is moving this much. It's like I would want to read this about the news, but look how fast it's moving now. It's like it's almost back to normal. Sheesh. Right when Eric said something, Eric was like, "Lonnie, you still in? Because it's tanking, brother." Yeah, it's only down $2 now. Where did you stay in or did you get out?
No, I got out early, so I got out,
You
just
got
made a
out with
little
this,
bit.
right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, we said to get out. But then I said get out, but then I was like, I'm gonna take gold for a long trade. Here we go, right here. Look at US30. Did you get this one too? US30?
Yeah, yeah, I got in.
Whoo, that was a good one. Yeah, it looks like gold. Look, gold's right here. Well, we're back in the mix. And probably when you look at this in an hour, it'd probably be way up here somewhere. And I'll be out of that thing. All right, you guys. God bless. Yeah, Eric, we gotta do a one-on-one, man. I'm back in town, so
Okay. Yeah,
let's get it.
I'm game.
All right. God bless
All right.
everybody. You guys have a great day. Bye bye.